That's just classic Kyle Parker, and wouldn't expect anything less from him. So I don't worry about that.
One quickie, kind of a technical thing about the passing game. Do you coach him to hit the first guy who comes open, or do you go deep to where?
Well, it depends on the.
Does it depend on the set?
Depends on the concept that we have called, the formation that we're in, the safety structure that we have. We I don't want to give away any secrets, but he's coached to key certain things, in particular in the secondary, in the passing game. Running game, you're looking at the big picture and techniques up front, but in the passing game, the first thing he's got to do is make sure the protection is set properly, and that's what he doesn't get a lot of credit for that. We went from, I don't know, 35 sacks to 19, and I think about 6 of those were with our backup quarterback in the game. So he just drastically transformed us from a protection standpoint, and he just understands. He's smart beyond his years, and he would change protections, slide the front, change the point, and reset things just like that. See blitzes coming based on tips and tendencies and what he's been coached to during the week. But as far as where you go with the ball on a concept, sometimes it's a progression read where it's 1, 2, 3. But sometimes there's a high-low read, depending on structure. But most of the time, what he's going to do depends on, and it's not pre-snap. I mean, that's a tip. But it's not how they line up, it's how they wind up. So when that ball snaps and he's coming out from the center, and my eyes are key in those safeties, what are they doing? Are they one safety? Are they two safety? Are they rolling, spinning? What's going on? And that triggers his thought process. Because a lot of times you may have a dual concept. You may have one pass concept on this side of the formation, another concept on the other side. So you have answers to whatever you're being presented with. And that's what makes great quarterbacks. We train our, if you can leave this system as a quarterback, you can go to the next level because we're asking them to do the same things that they're asking Peyton to do, that they're asking Drew Brees to do, Tom Brady, because they're checking. A lot of times it's packages of plays. They're checking protections. They're having to make decisions, on the move. And it's okay. It's one safety, invert this way. Here's what I'm doing. And then it's bam, bam, bam. So and that's what made him good.
Did you consciously have him take snaps under center because of that?
Yeah, we not for the next level, just so we can do what we want to do. I mean, because we're multiple. I mean, we're under center, we're in the gun, we run from the gun, we play action from the gun, we run from under center, we play action from under center, we screen from under center. We try to be a nice balance in all of those aspects, and that's a big part of our game. And creating explosive plays comes from the run game, and you get under center and you got hard play action, which we had some of our best plays of the year last year, off of the play action and the protection that comes from being under, and same thing in the gun, but we're a good mix. We're a good mix.
Coach, can you talk about the Clemson recent rivalry, like we were talking about yesterday? Just what it's been like, and do you expect another overtime game?
Well, I've been in 3 Clemson-Miami games, and they've all been overtime. Just classic matchups, and got a tremendous amount of respect for Coach Shannon and his team, and I know that I don't know who made them homecoming. That's not a very smart thing to do. I certainly wouldn't ask that. I know if I'm Randy Shannon, I'm going, man, they made y'all homecoming. But they're going to be one of the better teams in our league, and both of us have a lot of work to do before that game comes to play. But I would expect nothing but a classic matchup once again in Death Valley.
Thanks.
Well, I think what's influenced me more than anything is how I was raised, and that's what I grew up on. We were toughness, team. You're good. You tackle. You get after the quarterback. You get after the wideouts. You run the ball with authority. You have great play action. You're disciplined with your your schemes as far as not tipping things and being balanced with how you distribute it and all that kind of stuff. But it all starts up front, both sides of the ball, and that's just what I grew up on. If I learned anything from Coach Stallings, you got to be able to run the ball. You got to be able to stop the run. And you got to be good in the kicking game, and that's what we try to emphasize. There's a lot of different ways to do that and all this other kind of stuff, but when it all comes down to it, when you peel it all back, you better have toughness in your football team, and we made strides there last year. We're definitely a tougher team. We're a closer team, but I was on a national championship team. I know how we got there, and it was a group of guys playing on one heartbeat that felt like they were the best team every single week, and it varied. I mean, our national championship game, we won 34-13 against the number one team in America, and we had 4 completions and 2 interceptions, and beat them 34-13. But we also had games in that season where we had to light it up in the passing game. We had games in that season where we only won because we returned a punt against La Tech. We lose to La Tech in Bryant-Denny if David Palmer doesn't take a punt back and beat them 13-7 late in the game. We lose at Mississippi State that year if Willis Bevel doesn't hit this guy and cause a fumble on a punt return. And then we come back and win it in the fourth quarter. So, and everybody looks at what we did, but I remember how we got there. And but that particular game, that championship game, when it comes down to 2 very good teams playing each other, you better be physical. You better be able to mix it up, and so we put a pretty good emphasis on that at Clemson.
Saturday, one of the keys to this season for you guys is the fact that you have continuity in the staff, both coordinators coming up. How important is that in your mind as far as trying to build something?
Well, it's critical. It's just like we're getting ready to have our meetings starting Wednesday, and we'll get away and lock the door and cover the whole program A to Z. And last year it was me presenting everything, and this is what we're going to do. This is how we practice. This is our daily focus, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so forth. And this is how we're going to recruit. This is our camps. This is the calendar. The whole thing. And now we've all been through it together, and everybody understands the strengths and weaknesses. We have a really good chemistry. We got a lot of loyalty, and I think that transfers into our team. Guys want to win. They want to win the right way. This time last year, you're just kind of putting it all out there. Now we have real data to learn from our successes, from our failures, and that's just it's experience, and it's a great situation for us when you've got everybody back, because we're all on the same page and we can continue to learn as a group, as opposed to having to start over in a certain area, because we're trying to develop our brand, we're trying to develop our message, and when you've got everybody that's on the same page, it's just easier to do that as opposed to starting new. Well, I mean, I just want to win. That scoreboard motivates me enough, because when it lights up, there's going to be a winner and a loser. And when you've been in this position and you walk off the field a loser at Clemson, that's all the motivation you need. I don't care who it is. I think that the fact that, and one thing I do like is everybody on this team has been there. It's one thing to talk about getting there and this and that, but all of these guys not only have experienced a championship game and all that comes with it, but they've experienced and know what it takes to get there. These guys had their best conference record since '91, so they believe in themselves. They believe in what we're doing. This is a team that wasn't ranked. This is a team that wasn't picked to win their division. This is a team with a freshman quarterback, a freshman center. CJ can't do all these things. You've got 2 NFL safeties going. We had a lot of question marks. Your line's no good. And they learned a belief, and we're a closer team. But I think they're also motivated by the fact that they didn't finish the way they wanted to. And so I don't think there's any question. Our team's at a different